Dust motes dance in sunbeams across the worn wooden floor. A silent film unreeling behind a closed door. Shadows stretch and then they fade, a story etched in light and shade. Quiet understanding, time standing still. Seasons turn, pages slow, a tapestry of moments we know. Laughter echoes in the empty space, a smile I still trade. Faded Polaroids, whisper old tunes. Faded Polaroids under pale moons. Faded Polaroids still hold your hand. Faded Polaroids across the land.
Door frame marked in pencil, tiny lines, uneven days. Laughing on a Tuesday, arguing on holidays. Last box on the carpet, labeled with your soft echo in the hallway, where every plan began. Outgrown the rooms that held us, outgrown the names we tried to stay inside. Somewhere between always and almost, love became smaller than our lives. Keep every season we were folded like letters in your coat, walking away from our future. Hurts like losing it. Still, I hope you grow. Two mugs in the cupboard, one chipped rim you always chose. you grow. Yeah, I hope you grow. Late check-in at the corner room. Key card shakes in a quiet hand. TV blue on an unmade bed. Both of us studying the floor. Words arranged like glass between every step, risking one more cut. Breathing through it, slow and thin, waiting for the first one to bleed. Soft things break, not with a crash, just a shifting weight. Heart learns the shape of an empty space where you used to sit inside my days. Soft things break, silently pulling their seams away. If this is all that our hands can say, let this hurt make room for something brave. Photo frames turn face down in drawers. Laughter pressed under layers of dust. Calendar still circling that spring. Both of us pretending time is kind. One small joke lands and almost stays. Mouth remembers how your smile moved. Silence answers, not unkind, asking what we're holding on for. Soft things break, not in a storm,
it's still the best thing I have found. Every careless little move rewrote all my heavy proof. If this breaks me into two, I want all my pieces to stay with you. Rain on the roof, dripped into time. You traced my scars like each one was a line that could rhyme. You laughed at the wrong part. I memorized that sound, thought, if this falls apart, it's still the best thing I have found. lipstick on your coffee cup, smudge of red on the rim, half full morning light on your crooked grin, saying nothing but staying, rose lipstick all over my day, on the edge of my sleeve, on the words I say, every little mark you leave I keep, rose lipstick breaking my sleep. Two chairs pulled to the same side, plates gone cold, still talking, your hand drawing circles on the table like you're tracing new borders for my life. Rose lipstick all over my day, on the edge of my sleeve, on the words I say, every little mark you leave I keep, rose lipstick breaking my sleep. If you ever walk out early, cup still warm, door still swinging, I'll find your color on the mirror, press my mouth to the glass and keep singing. Rose lipstick all over my day, on the edge of my sleeve, on the words I say, every little mark you leave I keep, rose lipstick breaking my sleep, rose lipstick stay on my skin, fading slow, but I let you in.
Porch light buzzing against pale dawn, suitcase open, half my life on the floor, jaw tight, tracing your name in the fog on the glass of our back door. You said if you go, just go. Eyes dry, coffee cooling in your hand, heartbeat counting down the seconds while my keys. trip we never took, 2 tickets tucked in a book by the bed, future folded into sharp, clean squares, stacked quiet in the back of my head. You watch the walls instead of me, counting every line in the chipped white paint. I waited for a single step toward me. You waited for a miracle you couldn't name. I almost stayed when your fingers brushed my sleeve, felt the tremor you hid all year, heard the wordless pleas beneath your breath. I almost stayed on the border of belief, but the promises we whispered had forgotten how to speak. I almost stayed. Maybe in some softer life you turn first. You say don't drive, you walk past all that guarded pride and meet me in the middle of our doubt. In that quiet, we both admit we are frightened of the very thing we miss. We choose the mess, we choose the risk, and every step out feels like coming home. I almost stayed. I can see it like a film. Your hands on my shoulders, your forehead against my chin. I almost stayed in that version of the scene where the door never opens and the car keys never leave. I almost stayed, but the love we couldn't say wasn't strong enough to change who we were that final day. I almost stayed.
Morning after midnight, glass on the table still warm from your hand, lip print fading at the rim, breath hanging in the air between chairs, a question left open, chair slightly turned toward the empty space, phone face down her clothes but barely holding still. Your letter in my jacket, folded sharper than the words inside. Read every line slow, eyes tracing what your pen erased. All that you crossed out, more honest than what remains. Stay in the moment after midnight, where the truth sits heavy but it glows. Heart cracked open in the half-light, terrified and somehow choosing hope. If everything breaks at sunrise, let it break on something real. Stay in the moment after midnight, say the thing you're most afraid to feel. History on the mantle, anniversaries in crooked frames, every almost ended year, every almost start again. If leaving is mercy, if staying is mercy too, someone has to move first. Someone has to call this love. Stay in the moment after midnight, where the truth sits heavy but it glows. Heart cracked open in the half-light, terrified and somehow choosing hope. If everything breaks at sunrise, let it break on something real. Stay in the moment after midnight, I will answer if you choose to heal. almost had. Scattered on the counter, looking back. Every little scribble saying, wish you were. Postcards from the days I couldn't speak, folded into years I couldn't keep. If I write one more and send it to, will it find you? Corner espresso, chip blue mug, late afternoon sun on your wrist, steam drawing halos on the glass. You laugh and the room tilts a bit. ice cooling between our hands. Silence draws borders across this room. Every word waiting, afraid to land. Once there were maps on the kitchen wall, future in arrows and circling aim. Now all the roads lead to hanging on, close to the edge where we never think. The shape of almost lingers in the space between your shoulder and my chest. The breath you hold every time you nearly say it's over and then rest on my name instead. Built a life on what we almost said. This trembling ghost is all that's left. The shape of almost. Luggage stands open but never filled. Zippers half fastened, a waiting storm. Calendar crowded with tiny plans. Anything easy that keeps us warm. Eyes meet in mirrors, then look away. Truth in the angle of turned back heads. Two destinations with shared laments. Sharing a mattress, dividing beds. The shape of almost lingers in the space between your shoulder and my chest. The breath you hold every time you nearly say it's over and then rest on my name instead. Built a life on what we almost said. This trembling ghost is all that's left. The shape of almost. And still remember the first late train. Rain on your jacket, that shaking laugh. Paths that we promised would never split. Cracked into fault lines, then photographs. Yet in the quiet before you sleep, mouth finds my forehead a fragile sign. Maybe this ending can learn to bend. Maybe the wreckage can realign. The shape of almost softens when your fingers draw a promise on my wrist. The breath you hold turns into a future as our foreheads gently press. Say my name again. Let almost break and fall away like rusted chain. If there is hope, if life's right here, in the shape of almost.
Replay starts, same room, same door half open. Cold cup on the table, untouched. Heartbeat louder than the rain in the walls. Every frame framed in silence. Her laugh stuck in the drywall. That last look looping in the glass. Mouth almost saying stay. tiny sirens. One name owns every alert. One word never sent to come. Taxi lights bled across her jacket. Sky heavy, leaning on the window. She walked out carrying the future. Left the past stacked in boxes on the floor. Replay, replay. Every second burns, saying goodbye. Turning, turning. If that night could bend, if the script could blur, would her hand keep holding? Write a different line. Years pass in a single cut. New keys hanging by the doorway. Different footsteps down this hallway. Yet the echo keeps her name. Found strength where the silence cracked. Learn love is more than staying. If fate ever brings her back, heart will not be the same. Oh no. Replay, replay. Every second burned. Now the real keeps slowly fading. If that night returns, if our pages turn, will her eyes still read me? Shaking. Replay, replay. But the final frame, let's step outside the night. If tomorrow lays a brand new scene between us, might say it right this time. First light folds itself along the bedroom wall. Coffee cools untouched beside the unpaid bills. Kitchen clock mouths every aching second. Shadows trace the shape your body used to fill. Try to talk in circles till the words grew thin. Every quiet promise started fraying at the rim. Paper mornings on the table, all the things we couldn't say in ink. Headlines of a life we almost made, smearing where the rings begin to sing. Every little tear in every corner, spelling out the way we came apart. Paper morning, folded, torn and scattered, still cut through the center of my heart. dented cushion and the echo of your cheer. Paper mornings on the table, all the things we couldn't say in ink, headlines of a life we almost made, smearing where the rings begin to sink. Every little tear in every corner, spelling out the way we came apart. Paper mornings, folded, torn and scattered, still cut through the center of my heart. Then the door clicks lightly, key turns, breath held tight, eyes meet over coffee, nothing said comes out quite right. You reach for one small letter I've rewritten 7 times. Handshake pages tremble between ruined and redesigned. Paper mornings on the table, but the words are different in this light. Margins full of futures, hand drawn softly, edges not so eager now to slice. Every little tear in every corner, stitched with what we almost threw away. Paper mornings, fragile, raw, unfinished, spread open on the dawn of one more day.
First thing recalled is the silence after your keys left the table. Tea gone cold in the kitchen, clock still working. We were not. Shadows grew long on the doorway. Suitcase paused at your ankle. Jaw held tight like a secret, eyes refusing mine, then gone. I still remember every word that cracked the room in two, every and still stay open. Years lay themselves like a walkway between that night and this one. Strange how the ache turns to tender. Strange how the blame turns to light. Someone will sit at this table, share the quiet, share the morning. Part of me walking beside them, part of me walking with you. I still remember not to turn us into perfect ghosts, not to freeze you in that final evening. I still remember how we almost saved what couldn't stay, how we loved as far as we both knew how, and kept on breathing. Memory rests in the hallway. Hope waits just past the doorway. Both of them calling together. Both of them answer in time.
Dress on Friday caught me sideways at the sink. Coffee going cold, phone still buzzing in the sheets. You just laughed, spun once, asked too much. I forgot what I meant to say. Dress on Friday ruins my plans. All my logic slipping like sand. Every week I swear I'm fine. Then you fold your hands in mine. Dress on Friday changes the room. Soft perfume and afternoon. How do colors on your skin pull my guarded heart back in? Traffic in your hair, little storm behind your eyes. You tie your shoes like you're bracing for goodbye, but you stay leaning on the hallway wall. Lipstick goes along the rim. You said you didn't smoke anymore. Stayed for another round anyway. Glass ashtray, little black star, burning quiet between us. We almost touch, then laugh it off like it's nothing, like it's never been more. Your keychain hums against the doorframe. You trace circles on my sleeve, talking about your mother, about moving, eyes on the ceiling, not on me. Glass ashtray, little black star, burning quietly between us. We almost touch, then laugh it off like it's nothing, like it's never been more. If I clear the table, if I wash the night from my hands, would you leave that old habit here and stay until the sun forgets our names? Glass ashtray, little black star, burning quietly between us. We almost touch, then breathe it in like it's something, like it's all we've waited for.
Coffee gone cold, ticket I've torn in my hand. Window is rain, names on the glass start to fade. Your scarf on my knees still smells like yesterday's plans. Platform a blur, I'm staying seated amazed. Last train lullaby, rock me through the dark between our towns. Every turn and sway pulls another quiet secret down. If I close my eyes, I can feel your laugh along the line. Last train lullaby, hold this heavy heart till it's light. Empty blue seats, echo of strangers in shoes. City slips back,
but your laugh still looks loud on the page. Bus window breathing on my face, names carved deep in the plastic seat. I trace a crooked little heart, pretend it's resting under your feet. I keep your shadow on my sleeve, little ghost that will not leave. You're the habit I don't quit, the one thing that still fits. If I could fold this day in two, I'd hide the quiet part with you. Every road, every wrong turn that I walk in, I'm holding this photo in my pocket. Coffee gone cold on the table, ring of you printed in brown. Talk to the chair across from me, like you just stepped out, like you'll sit back down.